This is the mythic sprite. It has 1% chance of spawning because when you find it, you'll need to return it to the sprite shrine where you'll get a random mythic weapon.
Let's go!
Shapeshift sprite on the other hand is much different. This one when thrown will shapeshift into your current skin and will be used as a decoy for 30 seconds. Similar to decoy grenade, it will confuse opponents into not knowing what's actually real, resulting into shooting at the sprite while you get a free elimination. Next up is the boogie sprite that when thrown will cause all players near him to dance for 5 seconds except you. By the way, this one player is reminding you to like the video, so smash that button. Anyway, hurry up to get those free eliminations before they stop dancing or you would be in a trouble bubble. The underworld sprite when you throw it will grant you 3 underworld dashes so you can move faster around the map. While Midas sprite when picked up will turn your whole loadout into gold, but it has a quite rare chance to spawn like the Midas flopper. This is a pickle sprite.
Yes, sir.
When you bring him back to the shrine, you will be rewarded a dill bit which you can use to purchase exotic weapons. Speaking of exotic, we also have the exotic sprite which instead of a dill bit you will be granted a random exotic so you don't have to go shopping with a flippin' rat. Next up we have the KS sprite which when thrown will have an ability to punch nearby opponents and knocking them back while also dealing 50 damage. This ability would last 10 seconds because after he gets tired will behave like a normal sprite that reminds you to smash the like button on this video. Anyway, if you miss traps like Cypher PK you should throw the mine sprite which has only one use because after a player comes close to it, the sprite will explode like a proximity mine but will deal massive 150 damage. Another cool trap sprite is the sticky sprite which you can find in the sticky sticks location. This sprite will cause all nearby players to glue to him for 3 seconds which means they are not going to be able to move while you can get 3 eliminations like fighting bots. This is the Outlaw Midas boss. He would have a golden bullets mythic which when thrown at the enemies would turn them into the gold for 10 seconds. This will cause them to move in a slow motion like in those 1v1 maps so it increases your chances of winning a fight. For the Outlaw Midas medallion it would be perfect to have the golden touch medallion which turns your whole inventory into gold/legendary rarity. Even the items you've just picked up, but items that don't have legendary rarity like shields and bandages would remain the default rarity. Next up we have the Outlaw Midas keycard which won't open a vault but the room full with exotics. These exotics are quite overpowered because of their high damage and effects you get after shooting them. Location of this secret room is hidden in the mountain, but what about the location of the Outlaw Midas boss? His perfect location would be the Outlaw Agency which is gonna be filled with hungry shark henchmen around it, and when they bite a player the player would instantly get eliminated and get sent back to the lobby. This is the fire llama which can be found on the lava in the volcano location. To open it, you will need to be very careful because getting too close to it might get you cooked like Fortnite ranked lobbies. So therefore, you would need to shoot it with the water nerf gun mythic because water beats fire. When the llama gets destroyed it will drop lots of fire items like firefly jars, primal flame bow, fire trap, and so on, but the water llama however drops water sprites, shield potions, and a random fish. This one is not located in the lava because it would simply turn into an obsidian. So that's why it spawns only at the bottom of the ocean which will be very hard to spot, and since you can't dive, you would also need to shoot it. When destroyed the loot will float up and will increase your chance of getting eliminated by the storm if you're not quick enough. This is the Clicks boss. Because of winning the FNCS he should have the FNCS Axe of Champions 2.0 mythic that when picked up replaces the normal pickaxe and it doubles the damage.
Let's go!
That way you can quickly farm materials, take walls, and even eliminate other players in a 50-50. Clix's medallion on the other hand should make you move faster when blueprint equipped, so every time you build, edit, or just hold it in hands will make you harder target for your opponents. Not to forget Clix's keycard which opens the Clix vault that looks like a box fight area where you can get the Clix pump that deals 200 damage in the head. This vault should be located in the clipped by Clix location that looks like a giant wooden box where someone got pieced. This location is guarded by Clix's henchman that looks like his main skin Sparkplug, and the way they work is when you get close to them, they will soggy snap you dealing 50 damage per snap. This is the reboot sprite that can only spawn on top of the reboot vans. It's quite rare to find because when you throw it, it will reboot all your good teammates so they can throw the game once again. Boom Sprite on the other hand when thrown will explode after 5 seconds and will deal massive damage to opponents that will make their health fade away. You can also use it to instantly break into the vaults without even having the keycard, which will help bosses to survive.
Right here!
Very different sprite is the Leatherface sprite that roams around the map, but when you get too close to him it will start chasing you with the chainsaw. This sprite can't be picked up and it's definitely dangerous, but not as the supply sprite. This one would drop in the middle of the game from the sky and will avoid all players because when you eliminate him, he would drop the loot like from the supply drops. The Cowboy sprite on the other hand wouldn't give you anything but will grab all nearby players with the whip like the guy from Fortnite, Indiana Jones. When the player gets grabbed, he wouldn't be able to move for 3 seconds, which can make him lose the game on the spot if the enemy is nearby. This is the Nitro Llama, which you can find in the wasteland. When found, the llama starts running towards you with the nitro effect, which damages and knocks you back, so it would be the best to shoot it from the distance. When destroyed, the llama would drop 6 nitro splashes and mythic nitro fists that you can use to punch through opponents' boxes. Next up we have the Pickle Llama that can be found in the Kappa Kappa factory because it's literally a pickle. This one when destroyed can drop up to 3 dill bits, which can be used to purchase lawless exotics. Forgot to mention this llama would hit you with the baseball bat if you get too close to it, so make sure to hold the distance. Exotic llama on the other hand doesn't damage you or hit you with the baseball bat, but it's quite rare because when found, it drops 5 random exotics that can win you a game. This is the Pickle Flopper that when caught, will give you a dill bit if you throw him back into the water, but if you eat him however, it will just taste like a pickle and will heal you for 50 health.
Yes, sir.
Fake Flopper on the other hand can't be consumed because it's literally fake, but it can deal 25 damage when thrown on the other players, so it's not completely useless. Next up we have the Crazy Flopper. You know what else is crazy? This flopper when caught will give you a low taper fade, which will make you better at the game, but if you eat him, Ninja will join the game and will get the massive revenge like Midas that will make you fade away. Speaking of fading away, the Gun Flopper that roams around the map like a shark will also try to eliminate you if you get too close to him, but if he gets caught he will give you a random weapon. This weapon however is not as strong as the Gold Flopper that can only be found in the golden water. If you eat him, it will grant you a gold rush effect that makes you move and mine faster. This is the Frozen Flopper, which can be found only in the frozen water like in the cold cavern location from chapter 4. To get him you would need to break the ice on the water with a pickaxe or by shooting it with a weapon.
Let's go!
When throwing the Frozen Flopper, it will create a blizzard that is going to damage and slow down the opponents inside it like the Blizzard Grenade. Another flopper that can damage you is the Piranha Flopper, which when thrown will lock on the nearest enemy and will start chasing him. When it gets very close it will start biting him, dealing 25 damage per bite, but luckily for the opponent, it will disappear 30 seconds after being thrown because it's already kinda broken. Boogie Flopper however, is not going to deal any damage and it's not located in the water because it can literally be found in a disco dancing with his disco flopper friends. You can ruin his party by picking him up and throwing him away from his disco friends, which will make all nearby players dance like a boogie bomb. Choose whether to join them or to dance alone after you eliminate them while being jump scared by the #1 victory royale. Click on this playlist to watch more videos like this and don't forget to like and subscribe.